one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, our first line of business is the minutes of the previous meeting need to be approved.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Randy makes a motion, Randy Thor. The bill list review, Michelle Gilgowski is.
Don't forget to vote on.
Do what?
Don't forget to vote on motions.
Oh, yeah, I did skip that one. Let me go back to that. All in favor? Thank you.
Aye.
Noes, nays? The ayes have it. 7-0. No, not 7-0. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have all 7. Right.
The
Okay.
bill list is in the packet. Michelle, she emailed it to me.
Okay.
There is no additions.
Oh, no additions? Okay.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Noes. Okay, thank you. 7-0. Police report.
That is in the packet for everybody's review.
Okay, thank you. The mayor's report, obviously the mayor's excused today also, so we'll go through there. Attorney Chris Farrell, he's excused. And correspondence, Geraldine.
What about the
The
zoning?
zoning officers first.
Zoning.
Zoning is first.
Oh, zoning, I'm sorry, zoning.
Excused you. I wrote excuse next to it.
She's hiding behind the pole.
We've only processed one permit this month, and it was a UCC permit for a roof and a front door replacement. And in the process, now of plan review for a cell phone tower upgrade on South Street. That's over at NAIC, but nothing zoning wise. Lots of phone calls, but not related to the borough itself.
And in regards to that, then, we still need ordinances to do some of the stuff that's on properties now. Like, what about that machinery and all that? Like people that have old beat up plows or backhoes or.
The couch across the street.
The couch has been hounding her for a while, probably a lot of other people here, so.
That falls under the nuisance ordinance, so
Okay.
if I get formal written complaints, I can go out and.
I'm complaining formally.
And there's an abandoned house up on Maple way in the back. It's been sitting there. The Morcom family one of the girls bought the house next to it, but it's an old dilapidated house just sitting back there.
Load of cats.
Is it loaded with, yeah, it's falling apart, the house back there. It's right on the end, on the right hand side. Yes.
That never went up for sale,
Yeah, I'm surprised still, because if it did, maybe they'd buy the land in next to them to get that out of there. Right, okay. All right. Do we have any citizens that would like to speak?
All right, now it's me next.
Oh, Lord, I only when you said you wanted to. Where's Doc Phillips when I need him? Okay, Geraldine, you're up.
The only thing that I have is, all the paperwork regarding the swearing in and the financial statements and everything. I'm missing affidavit of residency from Chip, Shane, you, Don,
Yes, okay.
and Mary.
Okay.
All right. Donnie, I have nothing for you. I don't have your swearing in. I don't have a financial statement or a
Well, my mother told me not to swear, that's probably why you didn't
Listen
get to
here,
that part with me
mister. I
yet.
need stuff.
No, I'm,
If you need a form, I think I sent them to you, but you can go on to the PA Borough website and
Okay.
they're on there. That's where I got them from.
okay, I have to have that, I live in Waymart also?
Yeah, you need the swearing in,
The whole thing, the
the
whole thing.
financial statement, certificate of elections, and affidavit of residence. Okay?
I don't know where to get that affidavit.
That's on the website, the PA Borough Association website.
Oh, okay.
Shane, I need a financial statement and an affidavit of residency. Okay? And that's all I have.
Good.
You may still, I sent that to your email,
Yes,
so you may still have it there to print off.
okay,
Because
okay.
that's the paper that you printed off for Darren, Daryl.
Oh, okay, all right, yep.
Dar-
Okay.
So you probably
For
got
you.
Well, I'll go back to my house for me and I'll ask my wife to find it for me, because she will. She'll get it easier than
So
I
you just
will.
print it for everybody.
But I brought mine with me just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be a historical event on my
And I gave
behalf,
Chippy a copy, I gave him a copy of the oath paper last week, so I'm pretty sure I have that on here, if not, I'll send that to you too.
but- Okay, because I was only sworn in once, and that was a few years ago, and some other people swore at me, but I told them we can't do that, this is America. But anyway. All right. Good, okay, so now we're gonna go to budget and finance. And again, Shelley is excused also. So everything was just voted on, and all the payment of bills that she had, there was no extra. And I have the checks here for everybody. We did them last night, okay?
Well,
Okay.
I'm sorry I missed the bill list, because I want to have added on there for the two, applications for grants of $100 each, and we'd like to use the debit card that goes to the Commonwealth Financial Authority.
Don't we have to make a motion just to have those paid, and then we'll be fine? If you request a motion to pay them, and then she'll add it to the bill list for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to be added to the bill list, the two.
Yeah, but that would be for
But we have,
next month.
for next month.
That'd be
But we
next
need
month.
to-
Well, I have to do it this week.
You have to do it this week, okay, well, then we'll take
Yeah, we just need
exception to
to
that.
make a motion to pay it, and then she can pay it.
Yeah.
Give you the debit card.
Yeah, I'm hoping the debit card works. I'm gonna go to the bank tomorrow and find out what didn't work last time.
Do you wanna make the motion for that then? Do you need a
I make a motion that two, checks be cut for $100 each to the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Financial Authority for the submission of two grants to the state.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Okay, it passes, 7-0. All right, can I move on then now, because I've been screwing up a little bit here, so give me an opportunity to redeem. Streets and roads, Shane Bailey.
Yeah, so we have we're ready to go for bid on our road package, so it's all ready to go. We just gotta make a motion to advertise for it, if anybody wants to see the advertisement or the package, it's all ready to go. We just have to make a motion on it.
What streets are
Yes.
included and what kind of work? I don't
Yeah,
even know.
he has all that in front of him.
Yeah,
Yep, go
There's
ahead.
Prospect, there is, Brookside, and, the ends of South Street, the dirt ends of South Street. Well, only where the houses are, it's not the entire South Street. It's from basically where the pavement ends down by Tom Warnock's house,
Okay.
up to whoever it is that lives on the left there, that has the guinea hens, not sure who that is. And then there's no houses all the way up until you get to Cabbage's house, and then from Cabbage's house up to the door. So there's like a 2,000 foot section that'll stay dirt until we decide to do something with. But that's, shape grade, compact it, get ready for pave, a couple inches of, fine binder. And then, Prospect and Brookside are both, a leveling course into chip seal. And drainage at the end of, Prospect.
Prospect will definitely be, yeah, we'll take care of the drainage, and,
And some patching is also.
we met with a state engineer too, and he was really helpful to
Yeah.
Shane, because he knows him from work and all that, and, they went over everything, I was there, and, it's amazing, 'cause they know their materials, obviously, and when they talked and kicked it back and forth, the engineer from the state, along with Shane, were both good on it, so. Okay,
Yep, also, I got a call from Troy Green. He's the house, has the farm up off of Myrtle. And so he had filed a complaint. He called me. I went out and met with him. Donnie also came
Yes.
out.
Yep.
The drainage program that we did last year is now dumping water onto his property, which is, he's now deeming it unusable. He wanted to put
that's
a
what we
metal,
hear.
he wanted to put a barn on that area, down below his pond. Can't do it now, so we went up and looked at it. I called Jeff, got a hold of conservation. It was designed by, I guess, conservation.
Conservation designed that, right, look?
No,
They told, Jeff Weinberger did the engineering,
Okay, okay,
but at the behest of the Conservation Department.
okay,
They had a guy come from Harrisburg.
okay.
Well, it's dumping it directly, it's right on his property line, dumping all the stormwater directly onto his property, now we can't use it. So we came up with a couple different solutions, but it's probably gonna cost the borough a few bucks. We went back to conservation to see if there was any money left in the grant. If it's not, it's closed out, so there's nothing the conservation can do about it. So as of now, Troy's being, he's being all right because we went and met with him and we're just trying to keep him at bay for right now. But
Yeah.
we do need to do something because we walked the property and it's just completely, he can't do anything on the lower half of his property now, So that's one thing, and then Carl Williams, probably some of you guys sat on the board with him. He lives right across from Waymart Lumber Company. He has DEP and conservation coming to his property on Monday, and he would like a couple council members there. So that's Monday the 14th at 10 a.m. So Chuck Grimm will be there, Carl Williams will be there, a couple construction guys, Mike Sames from DEP, not sure who from conservation, but they'll be there to walk his property and walk that creek. The
Johnny
homeowner-
Thorpe will be there also, did you mention his name?
Well, I don't know if Johnny will be there, because it
Okay.
really won't affect the mill as
Okay.
much as it will the building center.
Right,
So Chuck gave the homeowner permission to go ahead and walk the creek, go behind the,
okay, we
building
have
center,
permission then, yeah, okay.
and see what's going on back there. So, I'll be there in attendance on Monday.
Yeah, I'll get over there. What time is it at again?
10 a.m., 14th.
Okay. Anything else? Updates on Borough Plow you were gonna talk about?
Oh, yeah, we got the plow. I don't know if Leroy brought it tonight, but it's sharp. That should help out. Hopefully we get some snow. Well, hopefully we don't. Yeah, I don't know, maybe
Snow
tomorrow
tonight?
we'll test it out.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
You can try it out.
23
yeah,
days.
so we'll see.
I heard 4 to 6.
4 to 6 now, okay.
Yeah, so it's sharp. Should work.
Keep praising it,
I
keep
hope.
praising it.
Anything else, Shane?
Oh no, so we just gotta make a motion to put the bid package out.
Okay, okay. Anybody wanna make a motion?
Motion, put the package
Randy
out.
Thorpe? Darren Howell, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All in favor? Oh, I didn't hear, I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. 7-0. I'm doing those, putting out for bid those 3 projects.
So in the bids
Plus
is
the
due.
potholes. Did you mention?
Yeah, so the whole town will be patched.
Yeah, any
Pothole patch.
potholes we'll catch too.
But those bids will be due next meeting,
What
so we'll
was
put it out next
the
week.
work that was done down in front of the Belmont?
Oh, that was a gas line. I got that one. That was a gas line going into the apartment building there.
Because they left a nice hole.
Well, they did, but
That was awful.
As of today, it's fixed.
as of today, it's fixed.
Okay.
I was on the phone, and I called 3 different UGIs, and they were all calling. They turned it into an emergency because they said somebody's gonna blow a tire in that
Yeah.
pothole.
Yeah.
And they were up, and I was at the Belmont with Jane and, Mrs.
Not with me.
No, I wasn't with her.
At the table with me.
I'm a lot older than her, so I wasn't. We weren't hooked up, but she had another friend with her, and, you gotta have
Between
fun.
Lori and him, I never had a word in edgewise.
Lori and Beaver, thank you for helping me.
Alright.
And I had to sign 4 petitions before I could sit with them. But anyway, okay, so we're good to go on the roads. Next is, Parks and Recreation, Michelle Turquati, and she's got a list of them.
I got a few things. EMS, I'm gonna or EMC, the EMC meeting, I'm gonna refer to Jane to talk about when she, has her section, because I missed the meeting because I was not feeling well.
Okay.
Update on MIMS, I received Darren and Donnie's first. Did anybody else do their 100
I didn't yet,
MIMS?
no.
Okay, I'm gonna keep after you.
Okay.
Awesome, that's a start.
I got further though, I put my stuff on
I
my
know
table
Chippy
in front
was
of me.
trying to get a hold of him, and he was having computer problems
Things to do.
getting onto the link, so I gotta help him.
Okay, well, so you'll help him, but you won't help me who doesn't know.
didn't ask.
I thought I asked you a couple of times, but that's, I'm just teasing, I'm in that kind of a mood tonight. It's been a good day.
As far as parks, events coming up for the park, in March, I don't recall anything that I have written down. April, my Girl Scout troop is gonna do a drive-through, how do I say it? A drive-through food drive that benefits the Waymart Church food pantry.
Okay.
It's part of their journey that they're doing, and it's the last part of their journey that they have to do. They're doing it in conjunction with Waymart Area Parties in the Park, so we could make it sustainable and do it every year.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Mhm.
so anybody that's out there on April 2nd, from I believe 9 to 11, I put a thing out on the Waymart neighborhood, so it's out there. We're gonna do a drive-through food drive.
Awesome.
Also in April, Waymart Area Parties in the Park will be doing Easter egging to houses that have children between the ages of 2 and 10. There is a form out on Facebook, it's eggs full of candy, not real eggs. They need to register so we know how many kids are in the house and the address and all that stuff, and I'm accepting kids from the age of 2 through 10. If there is a sibling that's older, we will leave eggs for the sibling that's older, but I'm not going to egg houses that
What
are
age is
for-
older? Like, can I put in for age?
No. I'll use my grandchildren as an example. My
Okay.
one granddaughter is 11 and she has siblings that are 2, 4, and 8. So I would leave enough eggs for all four, not for 3.
Yeah, okay.
If your children are above the age of 10 and you register, I'm not going to egg your house.
Right,
It's for
okay.
the ages between 2 and 10. Last year I did, we ended up doing 65 houses last year.
Wow.
We stuff about 2,500 eggs,
Mhm.
and I believe the fire company, the police department, and Waymart Area Parties in the Park will be egging the houses together this year.
Okay, okay.
We will have.
And you've been doing this for how long?
Egging, this will be our 3rd year egging, in lieu of the Easter egg hunt. I kind of like it because I don't have to go out and buy gifts for prizes.
Uh-huh.
It's really
Yeah.
nice.
And what day is it?
And everybody
It
in
is
town
the-
is happy.
It is the
because-
9th of April. At the end of April, April 30th and May 1st, there is going to be a craft event in the park. There are craft vendors coming for both days, and Shayna Delaney is helping put that up, also in conjunction with LAB. We have set the date for the parade. It is June 11th. The parade this year is gonna be in conjunction with our fire company. Our fire company is going to do a chicken barbecue that weekend and have a beer tent in the Grove. We are going to have a band, a local celebrity that we have, Mr. Cocodrilli's son,
Okay.
Mason, has agreed to play for us. So we're working on getting all that set up. One change, the time for lineup will be 4 o'clock. Parade will be at 5 o'clock because the fire company does need time to cook the chicken. I believe the Junior Wildcats will be there selling hamburgers and hot dogs later in the day for their fundraiser. That's all I have right now. I know Lou has spoken with the vets, and we have to get back with them as to whether they'll do their ceremony in the park prior to, after, or on a different day. We don't know. They're not happy about the time change, but we all have to learn to adapt to time changes and changes with the way the world is today. So
It changes to try
we
to keep
can't-
that crowd, right?
we can't
And make it work.
please everybody, and I don't wanna say too bad, but we can't please everybody. We're doing the best we can to accommodate and give them options.
Mhm.
But it is what it is. If the majority of the community last year was asking for more after the parade, we're trying to accommodate that, and the fire company the day of the parade, so, we can try to do things, and hopefully every year we can get a little bigger and a little better, and more community events involved.
Good. Excellent.
That's all I have for the events in the park.
Right.
I do have some requests coming in to use our field from soccer. I'm waiting to hear from baseball and men's softball. However, I am not approving anything on the calendar until I receive updated insurance certificates. They've all expired and I don't have current ones on file. So that gives me that. Solar lights. For the flag, I don't know what the status of that is. I know, we had solar lights donated to us for the flag in the park. And I believe they were given to Leroy. So if we could check with Leroy and find out what the status of getting those solar lights on the flag, because our flag needs to have lights.
Yeah. And I have them, they're like $20. I mean, you can get a more expensive one.
They
that
already
really-
have one.
Oh, they already,
Yes.
they have one already?
I donated it to the
Okay.
borough.
Well, thank you for
We
that.
still need them on the welcome to Waymart signs also.
They're both out, and they've been out for probably 3 years.
They've been out for a long time, and I've brought it up a number of times.
I also have said that. There is some webinars out there, or don't forget to look under your Pennsylvania Boroughs Association for different webinars. There's some really good webinars out there that you can listen to. There's some courses out there, if anybody's interested in them, I'll just tell you those. Ordinances, Debbie has been helping me research other people to do ordinances, and I'm
Okay.
gonna turn that part over to her, and then I'll come back.
Okay, well then, we'll go over there right now. Go on there.
Yep, we did get two names, Carson, the gentleman we talked about last time, and also Mike Wood from Woodland Design.
Right.
But neither one of them are doing it anymore.
Okay.
They're both getting out of that, and Carson's pretty much retired now.
Yeah.
So it looks like Tom Shepstone is the one in the region that does that most prevalently.
Okay.
And I did get copies, I have them PDF files, of Holmesdale Borough ordinances, Sterling Township ordinances, and also Jessup Borough, which is a little bit more comparable in size to Waymart Borough. Copies of their ordinances just for reference.
Okay, good idea, yeah, thank you.
You wanna read this letter? I just took
Oh,
it
you
up.
always give me that fine print.
If somebody can, please go on that computer and take it from this little print up
Yeah,
to
yeah.
this sad print so I can read it.
Okay, so you, okay. Debbie, are you done?
Yes.
Are you?
Leroy's back.
Hi, Leroy.
Right.
What do we wanna ask Leroy
The
now?
solar lights for
The
the
solar lights
The
for the
lights.
flagpole, you
Thank
have
you.
those?
I put them up,
They're up? Okay.
yeah, they're not very bright, I gotta move them up the pole further.
Okay. That's, I was checking on the
Yeah,
status.
yeah, they're already installed, I just gotta
Thank you,
put them
that's
up a
what
little higher.
that's what I
All
needed
right,
to know.
okay.
Okay, so as far as the ordinances, I would like to, proceed with contacting.
Yeah,
Tom
I would
Shepstone.
like to see that
So
done.
I would like to make a motion to contact Tom Shepstone and try to get that ball rolling so we can get our ordinances updated.
Okay, second on that?
I'd love to second that.
Okay, you got it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good.
Now, will you
7-0.
read that letter, cause that has to do with what she's talking about.
Documentation review for the Waymart Area Authority Act 537 update. Jeremy D. Clark, to me. Oh, so, okay, Clark at something, okay, that's his email. Good morning. Waymart Area Authority is in the process of updating their Act 537 plan, and as part of the submission to PADEP, we would like to request PDF copies of Waymart Borough's zoning ordinance, comprehensive plan subdivision and land development ordinance. If no digital copies of the files exist, please let me know and we can schedule a time to make scans and / copies of the files. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me via email or by phone, 570-229. That ran away on me. Thank you so much. Jeremy Clark, Engineering Design, and here's the other phone number down here. So we have that, we have the phone numbers if anybody wants to write them down. The phone number I'm showing here, 570-299-0479.
If they would scan those and then give us a copy, that would be one leg up of something that we wouldn't,
We can scan them in and send them a copy.
yeah. Well, why not have them do it? For those three ordinances. By the way, our comprehensive plan, I hate to mention this to you,
Right.
but it's at least 22 years old.
Well, that should be done too.
So the comprehensive plan is totally, completely
Okay.
outdated.
Everything is out there.
I do with the
Yeah.
solar.
Well,
I scan them over the notes in my phone as a PDF.
okay, so this is about it on here. It just has a little information on the end, but,
Well, who's gonna answer this man and set it up and do this.
She has it scanned into her phone
I
already.
have some of it, I have the sewer ordinance scanned in my phone and.
Do you wanna do this, me, you know what you're talking about in regards to what we're doing with everything, your ordinances? and
They
how
just
this
want the
company-
current ones, correct?
There's only stuff.
Does our copier here scan?
Yes,
I
the
don't
new one
know how,
does.
but yes,
Okay,
it says, it has a scan button.
it should be networked to your computer. Okay.
It should be.
Scans to your email. That's how that worked, does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does at my job too.
Yeah.
I don't know
In,
about
in
this
the
one.
real world. Okay, and the last thing that I have, well, for my son, I think, is the American Rescue money. I mentioned last time, I think, and I think you were gonna check on it. Is that money able to be used for a Waymart cleanup day?
I didn't check up on that.
Okay.
I assume it can be, but I will call them
Okay.
and call Cory to make sure. They overwhelm me with paper that they keep sending and sending and sending. This American Rescue.
I think that's a good idea though, Michelle. I think we tried to have the cleanup before and it didn't work out. Maybe it was the virus
It
or.
got too expensive with,
Okay.
with the trucks, but if the rescue plan will pay and we can bring trucks in here
Right.
and get
Yeah,
done.
and then we can get people, give them a good notice and let them get their junk out of their yards and throw it in the bucket then. And maybe we'll be in good, maybe we could do it every other year then. Maybe, you know, so we'll see how that goes though, but I think it's a good idea.
The last thing I have is from Harry, you want me to wait till new business for that?
Who's that from?
From the email from Harry,
Okay,
you want
okay.
me to wait till new business for that?
Yeah, why don't you do that then, and then we'll move right along
I
here
think
now.
I'm done.
Okay, Donnie Miller?
Nothing.
Okay. Donnie, I got you a phone number now too today when I called UGI, and they got a different number, and it's a restoration type division. And that's how I got him right up here. And I mentioned the yards over by Chippy's that he was been asking about. And now I found out, Joe O'Connor actually, well,
Retired.
no, he's still there.
Really?
He might as well be retired. He just told me, this is the number you gotta call. I said, Joe, geez, we did the project, we're happy with it, but you're supposed to come up here and take care of our property. That's when he told me it was a new division, and then I had to go online, on the phone, and I hooked up with a lady, she was really nice, and she got them here today for me. And they made the contractor, because it wasn't UGI, it was one of their sub-outs, and they didn't sweep the sidewalk. I should have stayed till they were done, because there was coal patch on the sidewalk by the
They haven't done my sidewalk yet.
yeah, that too. So maybe now that I got a hookup, maybe I can get there with that too, okay?
The hole at the end of Myrtle,
Yeah.
just before you get to Belmont, there's a hole by,
Paul and Ashley's house.
yeah,
Okay.
there's,
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we can get a coal patch in there, Trees, until we see how the bids come in regards to patching the holes.
Well, usually I should come back.
yeah, they should come back and
Oh,
fix
that
it.
is
That's
UGI?
UGI.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Well then,
that's
you know what,
not
if you
just
see
a
something
pothole.
in your neighborhood, you wanna be a little bit of help for us, mark it down, bring it in, and then we'll have it right here. And then when I go to call, or whoever calls, we'll read them the whole list off and try to get them up here then, okay?
I know we discussed this before. There's the two streetlights are still out.
I called,
And you called?
well, the one up here was working, last I looked, but the one down by Kiwanis,
Yeah.
The one
Okay,
across from Hodanovitz's.
Yes, the one.
Oh,
Yeah, right next to the, whatever that restaurant is. It's just below that restaurant.
yeah, on Route 6.
But when I went up there
Yeah.
yesterday, the light was
That
on.
one, so I see that was working on the one.
Oh, maybe it's one
The
of
one down here, I did call, the wire's broken now.
Oh, all right, so are the police gonna take care of that from now on?
Well, I did ask the mayor last meeting and he.
Harry called me.
Okay, Harry did call you, thank you. Yeah.
Harry called me, and then I told him, don't worry about it, I can ride. And he said, no, I said,
I'm
we're
just
out
so afraid you'll
anyway.
get run over.
Yeah, and they had a good idea, with the cop car,
Well,
when they're on, they can
I
get
will
them.
see what light is out, and in the daylight, I'll go take a picture of it.
Okay, oh, okay, and then you can do it that way
I'm
too.
not gonna.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about, they had their lights, they could have their lights on, get the numbers off the pole, leave them here for yourself or wherever you want them, and then it'll be.
I know how people drive around.
So you hang out till about 11:30 in the summertime when it's light out for a long time, and go check those lights this year. Well, I hope you do a better job than I did. I was okay, but I wasn't real good at it. Okay, well, we're ready to go then, Don? Okay, nothing else? Nothing, okay, good, thank you.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead, Jerry.
For Shane. Is this the whole advertisement that needs to go in the paper?
Yeah,
Okay. And also, is the a packet,
yeah, I have it. Do you like it?
are we mailing that to certain people like we did
They'll just
before?
call me. Yeah, you can have it.
Yeah, yeah.
Only because you have on here to call Waymart Borough for the packet, and I don't wanna not have the information
Okay.
when they call.
Mhm.
So I just need to make several copies of this, and then give it to the
Yeah.
whole thing to
Yeah,
them.
whoever calls.
Okay. Alright, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure, thank
And
you.
when's the closeout date?
Next meeting.
Oh, okay.
What is that, the 15th?
Yeah.
Okay, April 15th.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Darren, how, anything, nothing, okay. Randy, purchasing, and I think you got another job to do there. She got a new clock? We're not giving that one up, though, that's worth money, that antique on the wall, so.
Now, do you think we can put in our schedule, put it on the wall?
It's a party.
Where'd you get it?
Okay, ready, but then you got that, and they want you to get something, no, Leroy has the lights already for the flag post, okay. All right, good.
I'm also gonna make an order, so if there's anything that you need, I'm making an order from Quill to get the cartridges, so, there's a couple other things too on the list, if there's anything you need, you know, tell me, because if the bigger the order, the more the discount we get.
Oh, good.
I would like to look into the minutes binders, since, you know, the secretary has
Organized.
not done that like I was supposed to do several meetings ago.
Okay.
Well, I'll see if,
I'm
I'm not
not
sure
in
if
my
Quill does
stuff
that.
here.
I'll try to do that, okay.
Okay, Jerry.
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all right, right?
They're costly though, I mean, I don't know if that is gonna have to be another meeting and.
They're very expensive, but that's why I want permission to put the order in.
Are you gonna finish, or I'll go, and then I'll go
No,
back to you?
I-
Or you're done? You got,
I didn't start.
no, that's what I mean, you got 100 things on it. 105. I got some stuff here I want. You could go then, go right ahead.
Okay.
I did look at some.
The bounty and annexation survey I completed, it has to be completed every year. You know, if we annexed any land, let's say Buchanan Township, such as the garage or whatever, then, we can do that. And, so I filled out that survey and sent it in. Now, CoStars, some of you that are new to council maybe don't know what CoStars is. The CoStars is a cooperative, purchasing, program, run by the state, and, it, gives us, they have contracts with thousands of vendors all over the state, whether it's cars or trucks, or whether it's furniture or lights or whatever, and, they, can get us at the lowest, amount of money. You know, and that's how I got the police cars that came from Kovich over there in, Hazelton. So, it's a very good program, so if there's anything we're thinking, like for buying for the park and stuff like that, we always wanna see who's in the CoStars program. And I went to, on the web, and I did the CoStars effective and efficient procurement. It was very interesting on how to purchase through this program, and how they will do research for you to find vendors. The only problem is that the vendor might be all the way across the state and might not be worth using that vendor. And then tomorrow, I'm doing a second webinar, for CoStars. It's called Reviewing the American Rescue Plan, and maybe they'll answer the question that Michelle asked to me before, concerning, there has been so much about this American Rescue Plan, I could blizzard my whole house with paper that they keep sending me about this whole thing. But hopefully co-stars will say how we can buy these things and do these things to the co-stars so that we'll even save more money.
Good,
So,
good, excellent.
and the Wayne County Planning Office sent their yearly report. We have 2 copies of it, and it's very, if none of you have ever seen it, it's very interesting because it tells you anything demographically about Wayne County. For instance, the number of new lots that were created in 2021, and then it has maps and so forth, and then it breaks it down by municipality so that we get the right, like for instance, the Wayne County Transportation Construction Season, they said if they claim in Canaan Township, Waymart Borough, they did 3.18 miles. I don't know about that, but anyway, that's what they say. Then the population change is really, really interesting what's happening in Wayne County. So this is for anybody who looks at, that would want to look at it.
Where will that be if somebody wants to?
Well, I'm gonna leave a
look at it?
copy here, and I have another copy home
Okay,
that I've been looking at, so I'll
Okay.
bring it up here eventually.
okay, we leave it out in one of the desks or something?
Yeah, leave it
Okay.
out in the back room.
All right, good enough.
And, now, the emergency management that, Michelle was not able to go to, there was about 40 there from all over the county. It was the biggest meeting I ever went to. And, Pete Hooker was the one whose assistant that conducted the meeting because, what's his name?
Steve.
Steve had an operation on his shoulder and he's out for 3 or 4 months, so, Pete's running the show there. But it was an interesting thing. Those of you who are acquainted with real estate know that how you can go on the web and have a virtual tour of a house that you might want to buy. Well, they've taken this technology now, and our police departments and our fire companies are being invited to go to a special meeting this month, and I'm not sure what date it was. I was gonna ask Harry. But he showed in a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, how they will put these 13 cameras around, let's say, a murder. And then it's almost like a virtual tour of the whole thing through these cameras. It was fascinating, I must say. And so we're getting into the technology age of 2022. So they have built on the fact that the real estate people are smart enough to start this, and they have made it much more. So the coroner's office and emergency management are having a special meeting, and hopefully our police officers and some from the fire can come and go to it. So that was very nice. And any of you are very welcome to go to these meetings. They're open to anybody. I met the new mayor, Holly, and different people there. Now concerning the Bob Wilson Field, we are applying again for more money. We met with the commissioners. We had a very, very nice meeting with them, and they were very positive. And now we're going to have a meeting with the commissioners and the school district, because they each got a big pile of money. You know, the county got 9.7 million, and I'm not sure what the district got. And so we're having a meeting with them, all 3 of us, the borough, the school district, and the commissioners, and seeing if they can give us some of their monies out of the American Rescue. And then the second thing is that Joe Gillette is applying on the same program that I'm applying for the truck. And this is the local share, but it's not Monroe County this time. It's a special program, and it has to be in the 15th. And Shane has been very good getting me all the information that I need for the truck.
And Leroy.
And Leroy, oh yeah, Leroy, don't want to forget him. And so consequently, he's applying for $215,000, we're applying for $119,000, whatever. And So, this is very, very important. We are moving forward with about Wilson Field, and hopefully by next month, we'll have some good news about perhaps an expansion of the land there.
Yes.
But we have to wait to see on that. The material shed, it was suggested to send it out on bid, but I'm very, very dubious about putting it out on bid until we get that settled with the authority about that piece of land.
You're 100% right on that, we can't do that, but if we don't
I
get-
know that Jeff suggested we put it out in bid, but, you know, I'm very uncomfortable about that unless somebody else has another opinion about that. But,
Well, Shane and I are going to the next, meeting over there.
yeah,
Yeah, and we're gonna go and we're gonna ask what we need to do,
yeah, get Jeff.
and what do they need to do.
I'll
And
contact
so we
Joe
can,
too, see if he wants to go.
so we could put that together and get that straightened out so we can get the shed up and put it by the garage in the
So
back.
I got $63,049 to pay for it. It's just that we need to put it on the bid. And then, of course, American Rescue is the most unbelievable program, but we're, Shelley isn't here tonight, but, we're going to sit down and figure out how much, we're going to spend on what, and maybe put some towards the field, maybe not, maybe towards the purchase of this extra land that we're negotiating for, or whatever, but it's on hold right now. And when you said about Harry, was that about the AEDs? Okay. Only you used to.
No, not the AEDs.
What are they?
This is ABS.
What are they? What is that?
Well, I'm gonna read a letter about
Oh, okay. Anyway, he emailed me too, but I didn't know what he's talking about. So that's it, that's, you know, we're mugging along, as they say.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. Jane's been doing a lot of work, everybody has doing some work in regards to everything we do pretty much, but, we have that money, the 160-some thousand from local donors inside the area, outside the area. And we've been sitting on it for a while because there wasn't enough money at the time when Joe Gillot got involved. And I don't mean nothing negative about Joe, he was just trying to make it even better. But we've been looking for money to go with that. And if we don't have the money by next fall, we're gonna take the $160 or whatever it is, and we're gonna do whatever we can with the field with that $160 that people donated the money toward the field.
$160,000.
I'm sorry, $160,000.
But we need to get the permission from these people, they gave
the
it,
donors.
they gave it for
Well, yeah,
these donors.
they put it in for the field. I'm gonna talk to Doc Phillips and his wife for,
Well, let's have enough faith that Joe's gonna pull this out.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
couldn't be here tonight because for his job, he's out in Pittsburgh, so.
Well, we are gonna use the money if we don't, but we're hoping that the American Rescue Plan would be a great way. And we did have a good meeting over in Holmesdale the other day with the commissioners. It went real well.
Are we calling 160,000 cash, or is that cash?
No,
and
some of it is like
labor?
the lumber yards
Zero.
and different, people like
Right.
that,
Well,
correct, Bill?
How much
Wait a
cash?
second, you've got the
Something
pledge.
Wait.
Services.
It's pledge service.
Pledge
How
services.
much are we holding?
It's right here, look at, on your,
It's-
look on your,
It's right on the
Treasurer's
treasury
report.
Yeah.
$163,189.42. That's money.
That's
That's
cash.
fine. That's
But
fine.
we also have a lot of pledges, like from Grim Construction, Pioneer, and all different ones to do some of the work.
So we
That-
have way more than that, is what you're saying.
So, yeah, so a lot of it is pie in the sky, but it's pledged
Yeah.
pie in the sky, so,
How much is pledged? Do we have that written down?
well, just what we have here so far.
And those
Oh,
people
so that's
that
not
want
cash,
to keep their
right?
pledge.
Yeah,
back.
That is
See,
cash.
Ray,
Plus having,
Plus there's
lighting
the other.
company
Prior,
program.
you don't have a dollar amount. It was
No.
in kind for services.
Like, for instance,
All of it?
No.
No, but, okay, yeah, you're on the same page.
I am approaching Pioneer again, because they were going to do the electrical, and then they lost their electrical guy, remember? So I'm gonna approach them again and ask them if they will put the sewage line in, because that would save us like $32,000.
Yeah.
Because where our building is located, unfortunately, because it's so close to the sewage treatment plant, that you have to do this convoluted way to get to our sewage treatment, and we have to put a grinder in too, so.
There's a catch basin though, I mean, whatever they are, the sewer basins, right by the garage there in that area, to the right on the dirt side, I saw a catch basin for the sewer.
Where is the line?
Oh, man.
It's not a catch basin.
A manhole.
Manhole, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but see, Joe went and talked, he went and talked to all these people
Yeah.
about how much it was, and the water too is going to cost a lot to put in, so, but I'm going to approach Pioneer and ask them if they will do one or the other, or both of them.
And that's for the concession stand, by the way, what she's talking about. We gotta get water over in there, we gotta get running water, cause they don't have that.
But when we do that,
Yes.
who's gonna pay for all this? Are we going to offset that by charging
Oh, for the usage.
for the usage?
For the usage.
Get it, then worry
It was
Well,
fun.
can't give it away for free. If we're doing all
I
this
haven't
work,
Yeah.
drank it yet,
who's ever
so
using it is
haven't.
going to
We,
have to pay for
we
the
all had a
service.
conversation, and she would like to, whoever's using the field, and they're using the lights, they contribute to the,
It might be
To the
cheaper
bill,
to
the monthly
run the
bill.
line to the ambulance building, see?
And then one of my other questions is, we don't own that concession stand. It was built by Soccer and Little League.
Okay.
So if we're putting water lines to that,
right.
we don't own the building. So how do we charge
They don't
people
have
for
a title to
something
that.
Yeah,
that,
we own the land.
we own the land, we don't own the
Although
building.
that is
We did not
Canaan, I
build-
take that
We
back.
did not,
That
no, that's
building
not.
is
It's on
yours.
Canaan.
We
right?
did not build that
Oh,
building.
They don't
Oh,
have a
okay.
title to that.
Randy
We did
States
not build that
told me it was
building.
Canaan.
I
Yeah,
understand
it's
that.
Waymart right
We
there.
didn't build the ambulance building either, but we have the title to it.
The building is the borough.
Yes, it
We
is.
put that building on,
Okay,
we asked permission to put it on borough property.
okay.
But it is
Exactly.
boroughs.
A good question, because now we know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we all
Because
know.
I wanna make sure that, if we're putting all this money and expenses out, then how are we recouping the fees?
Yeah.
We
Well-
can't,
Well, we'll
we can't.
cross that bridge if we ever get this done.
Yeah, well, we're
There's gonna
concerned,
be electric bills and
we're,
water bills,
the what, Lillian?
there's gonna be electric bills and water bills
Yeah,
and.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we'll work it out. We'll
So
work,
first-
we'll sit
First
together,
get it
Concession stand.
installed.
and we'll come up with a
No, the
game
borough
plan.
owns that building.
Thank you, I thought
It was
they,
under, it was,
because that's always been the big thing, because we don't have a key to that building. I don't have a key to
I
that building,
did,
no.
but they changed it to,
But if we own that building, we should have a key to that building.
it's all key code.
We don't have a key to get into the police department if something happened
We
in
can't
there.
get into the police department.
Yes, you can now. I've gone into the police department in Holly, the whole 10 years I worked there, and anybody that was there could go in the police department.
It's our building.
What if one of the police officers had a heart attack and was laying there on the floor? You gonna break the door down to get in there?
And that was a good point made by Jane in regards to why you might wanna have.
That's
a
why I
key.
want an AED. We gotta have the AED
Well,
when you
yeah.
blow the door.
Yeah, yeah. And you're- throw it in and, oh, no, we can't.
But everything is on the computer now, so, to say, oh, it's secret.
Yeah.
It's
Nothing's
password
secret.
protected, It's crazy.
All right, but anyway, that's what we're looking at there.
Thank you.
Okay. Jane, you have anything else or no?
Now,
You're good?
did you get to the resolution part? Yeah.
Oh, no, I did.
I lost mine, with all these papers I got there.
While they're looking for that, just a friendly neighborhood announcement. I found it, there is going to be another electronic junk recycling event on April 23rd by the YMCA, Wayne County YMCA. It's $20 a carload, $20 for additional
Excellent.
air conditioner and dehumidifier. It is going to be at the Wayne County Fairgrounds from 9 to 2 on April 23rd.
April 20, thank you for that. I've been looking, I got a TV under my bed
Came
that's got,
across
you
and I
can't
found
get
it,
rid
so
of
I
it.
printed it off.
Because
I know we're always looking.
Well, I know it's there. My wife made me help her that day. I had to put that TV
So
behind
you
it
and your
somewhere.
wife under the bed with it.
Well, that's a long time ago, maybe. Take that off the record, Jerry, right now. Okay, so,
If you didn't like it.
yeah, what
we have some boxes.
what one do you have?
I don't have, I somehow, I've lost the agenda, those piles of stuff here. What's next? I don't know.
Okay, on the agenda, you mean, for you? You had Wayside, Material Shed, American Rescue.
She's done.
I think she caught them all. Lil,
And,
Lil, Lil.
Use the gavel.
But anyway, okay, you're good? I want to just read a couple things that I came by today. Oh, okay, still need more, or let me go?
Well, no, but, I was wondering where on the agenda we had, about passing these resolutions.
Oh,
You're good.
no,
Okay.
good,
All right,
Here you go, here's an extra.
Okay.
I probably sitting right on there or something.
Okay, this is in regards to, from PennDOT, and it's in regards to State Route 3030, Section D50, and it's the culvert, it's the bridge work that they denied first of all, PennDOT, now they're gonna do it. It's right by the bridge, and it says here, dear property owner, in line with the Department of Transportation's responsibility to develop plans for highway improvements in your area, department representatives, consultants, or contractors may need to enter your land in order to conduct surveys, engineering studies, soil exploration, test, or soundings to gather information. The entry is authorized by the Pennsylvania Eminent Domain Code and may include the use of core drilling rigs or other equipment. Randy?
Yeah, Cory, little site.
The
I
department,
spoke to him, I know.
the department will notify you personally if possible prior to entry. Be assured that our entry to conduct these surveys does not mean that your property has been selected for transportation improvements. In the event that a transportation improvement would affect your property, you will be contacted personally by a department representative. Our studies will be performed as courteously and as quickly as possible. Our employees or agents will correct any disturbances to the property upon completion of the work, and that would be the road property. Should you have any concerns about workers' entry, please notify PennDOT Project Manager Richard Pawlowski, and at 570-963-4064, or feel free to discuss any concerns with on-site personnel. And that's pretty much it from them. And then I have one here. Oh, that's the same segment. This is the one that came before that one. That was the 28th of February. This is in January. And they apologized for the matter and that they were going to do it because they denied that it was their responsibility, right? So now it's all going to be taken care of up there, and hopefully sooner than later.
I have a PennDOT folder.
You do? Okay, yep, there you go. Okay, did I have anything else? Jane, why don't you jump back in and I'll see if I have
Well,
anything else.
I have two resolutions, to be passed so that, for instance, the first one is, be it resolved that the Borough of Waymart, Wayne County hereby requests a statewide local share assessment grant of, how much was it, 119,000, whatever, from the Commonwealth Financing Authority to be used for truck purchase. Be it further resolved that the applicant does hereby designate Jane Varkle, counsel, and Charles Norrell, mayor, as officials to execute all documents and agreements between the Borough of Waymart and the Commonwealth Financing Authority to facilitate and assist in obtaining the requested grant. I, Geraldine Nagel, duly qualified Secretary of the Borough of Waymart, Wayne County, hereby certify that the foregoing is a true and correct copy of the resolution duly adopted by the majority vote of the Waymart Borough Council at a regular meeting held on March the 8th, 2022, and resolution has been recorded in the minutes of the Borough of Waymart and remains in effect on these dates. In witness, therefore, I fix my hand and attach the seal of the Borough of Waymart. I need this resolution so that I can apply. It has to be in by the 15th, so I'm trying to get in.
I'll make a motion in regards to the resolution. Is there a number there with it? Or?
No.
Okay.
Jerry, do you know what?
It is gonna be 2022-1.
2022-1?
Okay.
Okay,
What's the
2022-1.
resolution gonna be called?
I guess it's going to be local share grant. for truck.
For a truck?
Yeah. Purchase. Did we vote on that?
No, we didn't yet, I was waiting
Okay.
for you to wrap it up then, and then we'll be good to go,
Go ahead.
once we get it right.
So the first, yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Okay, and let's vote on it.
okay, we need a second,
Second.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Who voted first? Jane?
Yeah. I made the motion, and then,
The second
who made
resolution,
the second?
be it resolved the borough, I'm not gonna read the whole thing all over again, but be it resolved that the borough of Waymart, Wayne County hereby requests a statewide local share assessment grant of $250,000 from the Commonwealth Financing Authority to be used for the Bob Wilson Field Restoration Project. Be it further resolved that the applicant does hereby designate Joseph Gilat, P.E., which is professional engineer, and Jane Barker Counsel as officials to execute all documents and agreement between the Borough of Waymart and the Commonwealth Financing Authority to facilitate and assist in obtaining the requested grant. So would somebody make a motion to,
I make a motion to pass the resolution 2022-2 for the assessment grant of $250,000 for the Bob Wilson Field.
I'll second. Well, I won't second, somebody else can second. Second?
I'll second.
There you go, thank you.
all those?
All those in favor, thanks.
Aye.
All in
Yeah.
favor?
Yes.
Okay,
Opposed?
opposed, no.
Thank you.
You're,
Since
anyway,
it's
that's 7-0.
statewide, and if we don't get it under this, then I'm gonna reapply in the spring when the local share of Monroe County comes. We might as well try it.
I have one.
Oh, what?
Okay, let me just throw in there, on that truck and the field and that, a lot of that we're shooting for the American Rescue Plan, a lot of that money. They're just backing the field and that up with these, shooting for these other grants, just in case something else falls through.
Even if we only give partial payment, it'll be something against it, see, so,
Yeah, to help out with.
you know.
And Jane, you mentioned we could do blacktop with some of this
It
money
says,
too?
it says now, you know, Michelle's president, saying now that we can spend it for almost anything.
Yeah.
But I needed to know from Michelle exactly how much, I've forgotten how much we have in there, and then the new pot is coming in July.
Are we also, looking to get something for the fire company? Cause they had asked me, they have their wish list and they can spend buku
Well, I've been
bucks.
over there 3 times, they
He
haven't
was
told me
supposed to
yet.
come tonight, he has a wish list of stuff.
Well, he wishing it to somebody
but
else. than
We
me.
need to figure out how much because his wish list is, really wishy.
Well, we have a deadline now on something
Yeah.
for the 15th of April.
Yeah,
Or,
so,
no, 15th of March is,
March rather.
is
yeah,
these
March,
2
April,
grants.
okay, Yeah, okay.
But
because
that's
they're
a,
looking for either turnout gear or washer and dryers to do their turnout gear, which are really expensive, or.
turnout gear is 1,500 a person.
Turnout gear, a full set is like $3,000 a person.
But for a washer and dryer?
That's just what they told me 2 weeks ago.
That's what he was telling me when I met him. Yeah.
Michelle, could you get any information off them?
I can ask him for his wish list.
I can go over there tomorrow night.
Okay, if
But
that's the case.
I really
okay.
think as a borough, we need to decide how much money we want to donate to them because they're thinking we're going to donate pie in the sky to them.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
And we
I
need
don't know where
to,
they got that
but
idea.
I know, but I think we need to set, okay, we'll donate X amount of money to you from the grant and they
Right.
need to kind of tweak their list.
Yeah,
up.
we're trying to borrow money from the school district
Yeah,
for what
to
we're
that.
looking for too,
To
so
that,
to
so
add
they-
to ours.
You know, I want them to be realistic about it, but I don't want them to be unrealistic.
Right.
So I think we need to give them a dollar figure about here or there.
Yeah, that
of
might be
what we're
hard right
looking
now,
to-
right? Because
to
we
get
don't
them.
know, we don't know exactly what we're getting until we get this information into them, and then they'll let us know what we're gonna get. So, they were really nice, Joe Gillette did a great job, in speaking on our behalf. And, so it was a really good meeting, and we're gonna do it again. But, if you can get an idea what they want, we have a lot of money already invested in town.
I will ask David to send me his list and I'll forward it on to
Okay.
But most of all, he's to send the vendor and how much it costs.
And one of those AEDs you got for them
The
too.
AEDs are between 1,000 and 1,500, depending which one you get.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get one comparable to theirs, so that they could use the same pads
I will ask them.
between the,
AED.
So they are getting one of them though, right?
they're getting one.
Yeah,
and,
we have one of them going to them already.
No, they don't want, they don't need one.
Oh, they don't need one,
What I
okay.
get, it's just compatible.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I
But
misunderstood.
we need one right here,
You're
and
in
we
your
need,
police cars.
in the police cars.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so we'll look for that, but
Okay.
I'll ask them the AED specifics.
But that's minor, very
Yeah,
minor.
yeah, with what we're. thank
The
you.
next thing is the broadband project. This is extremely interesting for Wayne County. And I heard a very interesting presentation on this. And so if you read the newspaper, the Tri-County, you should be reading about this and what they're doing for Wayne County. We want to be sure that the borough of Waymart is part of this whole thing. Of course, Waymart already, because of, thank goodness, the Laurel Highlands, we already have fiber optics in Waymart. So we're actually a step ahead of everybody else in the county. But this is very important. And the last thing I was
Wait,
gonna
let me hold, you said last month that any homeowner or anybody in our community, in the surrounding areas, anybody really, but they can sign the petition for them to give them better numbers when they
Oh,
go.
the petition's over.
Oh, the petition is over with, I'm sorry.
And they
Okay.
had a lot of people sign
Yeah,
it, which is
okay.
good.
Okay.
And the
Sorry.
last thing, I was gonna have the lawyer present, but he's not here. We are being sued again. And I was on the phone with the lady today. Don't ask me why she calls me, but she's called me the last 3 months. It's the Waymart Borough and Chernanchek. You know who that is? There was an accident that happened out where Brookside Drive meets Route 6. And you can see Donnie Hodonovan's, this is place,
Right, okay.
and you can see where it comes. I'll pass this around, anybody wants to look at it. And these were taken by the investigator because they're trying to complain that we did not keep that corners clean and that they didn't see the truck that hit them and they pulled out from Brookside. And I feel that the whole town were not liable at all. First of all, they pulled out on a highway, and
Right.
they have, and they
That's a
tried
busy
to,
road.
they tried to
There's a-
claim they didn't have enough.
There's a dash cam.
Yeah, and they tried to say
There's a
that there
video.
was too much vegetation at the corner there.
Mhm.
And, when you pass this around, look at it.
That would be PennDOT in the right of way as far as clearing back, don't you think, Shane?
Oh, yes, it is. And they wanted to know who put the stop sign up. I said the stop sign met all requirements of the state, and so it's, if they call you on this, just say that you refer it to, yes, refer it to the police, or, it wasn't local police, it was state police.
Just refer to the solicitor.
Yeah,
You need to
Yeah,
speak to
there
the
you go.
solicitor.
Thank you for that, yeah.
so this was we have insurance.
He did mention that 2 meetings ago.
He did
Yes,
mention that.
he did mention that we were being.
Well, it's coming to a head now, and they're trying to finally have some meetings on this, and I said, you should have the state police there, it has nothing to do with the borough.
And
You
the
should,
state-
they need to talk to the solicitor.
And the state should look at all of that. When you come out of the Dollar General there, I was gonna go out and cut that branch out one day. It hangs out between the grocery store and Dollar General, and you're blind on that side looking
Yes, I
down the
must,
road.
we have to get after Dollar General, when you turn to the right,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have to cut
There's a
that
couple
vegetation.
branches there that need to come down.
Yeah,
So
but
is it,
but I went out to Brookside, you walked
Is
to
it-
Brookside tonight?
I have a question. Is it the store's responsibility or is it PennDOT's? Because it's in PennDOT's,
Yeah, but try to get PennDOT to do it.
but they're the ones that are
But they
responsible.
would be sued too.
I would say so,
Absolutely.
so PennDOT would.
Yeah, the thing is, they sue everybody.
Where's this going now?
Well, anybody wants to look at it.
Anybody wanna look at that there, okay?
What are they asking for, Jim? Did they say?
Well, they want big money that they said this truck hit them. Well, I was a police officer for 20 years, and if you pull out in front of a truck, it's your fault. You know,
Depends what-
Yeah, you're pretty dumb if you pull out in front of a truck.
from a stop sign.
Yes.
Yeah. You
So
know,
there was a dash cam on the truck, they have video of the whole
Where
thing.
you get them.
Go on, yeah. Where the vehicle was hit, provided, yeah,
He
yeah.
never stopped.
But anyway, she called me because she said
Who
she
hit him?
tried to call the solicitor.
We were.
She's never there. She called me, I don't know how she got
But
my
he never
name,
stopped
but-
it.
Personal injury, there's
Kept going.
Everybody.
And it's all on video.
To bring everybody
Thank you,
into
Debbie,
it.
for that, because they all do, and they go after anybody and everybody in that surrounding area circle.
Yeah.
Well, they're the deepest pocket, they're looking for the deepest
Wait,
pocket.
Don't chat.
Go on, Lo.
They're looking for the deepest pocket.
Yeah.
Or in every
That would be
pocket.
illegal.
It's like shotgun.
Yeah.
They sue everybody.
So, are we unfinished business?
Okay, we're gonna go to Michelle now, and
We're
Michelle has
done with
something else.
unfinished business, right?
Oh, no, we didn't do none of that yet, the business.
Still looking.
Huh?
Okay, I got, an email from Harry, he couldn't be here tonight because he's at his other job right now, so he asked me to read this. It says Assistant Chief Schaefer. At the February 23rd, 2022, I think it's 22, Police Chiefs meeting held by the District Attorney, I propose the purchase of the use of ALVs, automated vehicle locators for police departments that service Wayne County. These units are a great asset when it comes to officer safety and mutual aid assistance between agencies. The project has taken great steps forward in recent weeks. Wayne County Commissioners have applied grant funding for purchase of all these units for police agencies that operate within Wayne County Communications to include installation and with service fees for the first year as well. When signing this agreement with the vendor, it comes as a 3-year contract term. We are looking for Waymart Borough Police Department to cover expenses for service fees for year 2 and for year 3. The cost per year, per unit is $312. Waymart Borough Police Department has 2 units, so the annual cost would be $624. The county will bill the departments for the cost on an annual basis. We understand that you may need to get approval prior to making this commitment. I'm asking for a response by March 25th, 2022. If you feel as though more time is necessary, please reach out. Thank you for your time and patience with this project. Betsy Turner, Deputy Director, Wayne County 911.
Okay, and in regards to that, what I'd like to do is not move on when we bring something up for the first time, so March meeting would be a good meeting, that we could think about that.
This is
and then-
This is
Oh, this is the March meeting.
Yes,
That's
this has
it.
to be, he just
He
received.
needs
an
that the
email.
25th of March,
Yes,
okay.
so we have
So
to act
we
on this,
vote.
we have to either say yes or no,
Yeah,
to it. I don't think it's a bad idea to know
Do you
where.
think every department needs one though? Well, couldn't we like share it with Ollie and,
No,
Wait, what-
it's
what is it?
specific,
Well, it's a
it's
vehicle.
specific to your vehicle locator,
To your
it's like
car.
your GPS,
wait, that's a
So
lot
if
of
you
money
lose your
a year.
It's
No.
a tracker.
it's a tracker.
Well, boy, it's $600 and some dollars a year. How often do we use it?
yeah. I don't think we need it,
I
but
don't know if I
that's up to
understand what it
everybody
does.
I
else
don't
here.
think that this.
Is it tied into a system?
It's an automatic vehicle locator through Wayne County
So
911.
they have one.
Yeah,
Well, then
Because
the
it's
cops
cheaper.
that
They'd be
knows
the
where
only
they
borough
are.
that doesn't have.
If they lose radio communication and they can't reach
How
that
many
officer,
times-
they can send
I actually think
other
it's a good
departments
idea.
to that
You do?
vehicle.
I think it's a good idea. What
I
happens
know,
if,
Waymart's so small, it's not like we're
it
in.
doesn't have to be
Scranton.
Waymart though. If you were out on a call and
What
say,
if they're going to
say
Leon?
South Canaan is calling you for a domestic, and our cars have to respond to this domestic, and now we can't reach our vehicles. We don't know where they are.
We can't reach
They
their
track
officer.
them. We know where they are. We know, we know where to send them for help. It's a vehicle tracker.
That's
I just wanted the
911.
police officers here that they could explain this to us a little bit
They
more.
are not here. That's why he sent this to
Yeah.
me to read.
That's a 911, like,
Yeah.
they know where every ambulance is. They can put a GPS tracker in our cars.
You know where we are.
Because they know where
Welcome,
every.
welcome
They
to
might
the
be on
year
the track.
2022, people.
Yeah, I thought they already knew.
Welcome to the
tracker.
year 2022.
I think that's an obscene amount of money.
Well, if they have their phone on with location on, they know where they are anyway.
And the county's
This
paying
is
for the
a
units in
project,
the
yes,
first year.
this is a project
Oh, is
that
that why
is
that
put
was
out
only the
through
second
the
and
Wayne
third
County
year?
Commissioners. They applied for the granting, they purchased all the units.
Mm-hmm.
You're just paying for the annual cost per year. Per year, it's $624.
And how many times?
For the year.
For the year.
Oh, I
The
thought you
last
said-
one. No,
okay.
that is for the year.
I
So
would
you
like to
take
ask
that
the police
divided
officer
out.
in the last 5 years, how many times?
I know, I wish
they've
there
used
was a
it.
police officer here
It
so we
doesn't
could
matter.
You want to keep track of your police officers. That's another question.
You're out here complaining that you don't know where your police offices are all the time. Well, here's the way for you to find out where your police
Yeah,
offices
good
are.
idea.
We don't have access to that, though.
I don't know. I would say if it's
There
run
is
by the
no-
When
commissioner,
Michelle's done, how,
You know?
well, I want Darren to see what he
Yeah,
thinks,
go
because
ahead, Darren.
he's still military and he knows a lot about different things.
I don't know enough about
Not
that.
about this though?
I feel like-
Okay.
So we would have it on our phone to track. our
It is
police?
something that they're interested in and asked me to bring it to.
But we track them.
Who's
personally.
tracking them?
Our
Can we-
council.
The comp
Yeah,
center.
can-
I don't think the
Concept,
council can.
this is
I don't
through
think
the
we
Wayne
can.
County
So why do
Commissioners,
we want it? Why would we need it?
operated with Wayne County.
For Waymart,
it's-
you can
it's
see
with the
from
Wayne County
one side of town to
Communications.
the other.
It's probably satellite, and part of that broadband survey,
Yeah.
Mhm.
they actually identified, I was in a meeting last week, they've identified 1,300 unique locations across Wayne County where there is dead cell phone service. And you have spots right in the borough.
Yeah.
So 1,300, and that's another
This
reason,
averages out to be
if you can't
$52 a
communicate
month.
with them, this is all satellite, goes across the
I
satellite.
would like to ask one question to them. How often would this ever be used? In the last 5 years, if you had that, in the last 5 years, how often would it have been used?
5
Yeah,
years
I don't
ago,
know that
would
much
you have
about
said the
it,
same thing
but-
about
Yeah.
I'm on the
cameras?
radio,
And cameras on
when I was a
events,
police
5
officer, I
years
was
ago,
on the
you'd say
radio
the
all the
same thing.
time.
Probably.
They knew where it was all the time. And in Waymart, we have 5 miles of road.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't, down in Holly, we had 34 miles of road, and that was a little different.
But you have to remember, times are changing, people are different. There's a
People-
lot of different things out there now than there were 20 years ago.
I think the commissioner should pay the fee each year.
They're paying the fee for the first year, they're asking you to cover the second and third year.
What happens after the
What if
third
they
year?
kidnap your
say.
police officer?
I don't think
Drive
that's
away.
a very clear explanation of why we need it.
When is the deadline for this again?
March
It's
25th.
25th.
So. they
Let's
make
see what other
decisions to make.
departments are doing.
There's not an option, you either say yes or no tonight, they need to know, because it has to be put in by the 25th, it's not a debate of let's see and wait, it's either yes or no.
We can
You
always
either
have a special
choose-
meeting.
Yeah, we
You
can take a
either
look.
choose to do it, or you choose not to, it's put out by the Wayne County Commissioners.
Or just take a vote now.
Yeah, just.
I would like to know why the Wayne County Commissioners didn't write to all the police departments and ask.
They
They
did,
did.
that's what I just read you.
Well, that's no explanation of why we need it. Give me an explanation of why we need it.
Well, let's take a vote.
Okay, yeah, okay, on the request for a, whatever that is that
I
you want
make a
from me.
motion for the police department, for Harry Schaefer, to purchase, well, not to purchase, to pay the annual cost of $624 for the second and third year for them to have their AVL, automated vehicle locators, put into their cars for the project that's put out by the Wayne County Commissioners.
We need a second?
No.
Huh?
Donnie
Not
second.
second.
Oh, Donnie, you got it? Okay. We're gonna start, I'm gonna do an individual vote on this one. Donnie Miller, yes or
I
no?
say yes.
There?
There's not enough information. It's kind of
Okay.
like, here's some stuff we want you to buy. We're not here to tell you about it.
Okay, Shane?
No.
Michelle?
Yes.
Donnie? No, I'll go over here. You can't vote, Debbie, I'm sorry, I almost went to you.
No.
Shane?
Randy.
Whoever you are,
Jane?
no.
And I'll vote no.
Okay.
No.
Thank you though for
You're
that
welcome.
information, appreciate it.
I think that they should have done a more spade work on this. Had a presentation at the last
It would have been more informed, if they got the information out a little bit earlier. Did we have that earlier? What's the?
No,
Okay.
it was sent to
okay.
him and forwarded to me, it could not be heard.
And he sent it to you today, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
tell
know,
Harry,
that's ridiculous.
tell Harry and Chief the
What's the
same
date
thing,
on
that get it in early for us, so we can take a good look at it and, give it some consideration next time. Okay, that was unfinished business? Do we have anybody else with unfinished business? Okay, do we have any new business? Resolution, it says here, I don't know who has it, truck Bob Wilson Field.
We just
Yeah.
did it.
We just did that, so that's all done, new business.
We did move.
Okay,
Here we go.
I have some.
go right ahead.
Everybody knows Tommy Derrick, and he was our fire chief for many, many years. Tommy's going and his family are having they're having a pasta dinner and basket raffle, and it's to benefit Tommy. He's going to be having surgery March 17th.
Okay.
It's going to be at the Sealyville Fire Hall on April 9th at starting at 4 o'clock until 8. It's also a basket raffle. Tom's friends and family are putting together a benefit pasta dinner and basket raffle to help offset additional medical costs that have not been covered from his hospital stay in January, as the family's current health insurance was not active at that time, as well as any medical costs that will not be covered by insurance in the days to come. Tickets are going to be $10 each for ages 4 and up. I do have some contact numbers. If you have like a big amount of numbers that want to go, I do have the contact numbers here. Same with if you want to donate basket raffles, gift cards, gift certificates, or anything for the raffles, you can contact Emma or Kim. Monetary donations are taken by Edna Mosier, and if anyone would like to volunteer, they'd greatly appreciate it. I know the date is April 9th from 4 to 8 at the Sealyville Fire Hall. I do have the phone numbers if you want them.
Is that a Saturday?
Emma's phone number if you want it, Michelle.
I have it.
Okay.
I have the flyer.
What about tickets? Do you get them at the door then, Teresa, or do you?
I think Chucky Groom may have some.
Yeah, I believe they're at Iron Hill too. There are signs at Iron Hill, so you could probably get them at
That's
Iron
the
Hill.
last place he's worked now, right up at the
He's
Iron
still
Hill?
at Iron Hill,
He
yes.
still is up there?
Yes.
Okay.
But I do know he's having surgery March 17th, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
You're
And our
welcome.
mayor was operating today.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah,
Thank you.
For what?
for, well, I don't know, I don't wanna say it, but.
I don't know. I don't know what he was operating.
I thought he had something on his face that he had to go get taken care of that they found. I don't know.
No,
I-
he's having intestinal issues.
Oh, it's intestinal, okay.
Yes, he has diverticulitis.
Oh, well, okay, cause I called him today and he wasn't home and I wanted to see how he was doing and all that, so. Okay, all right, anything else?
Oh, I don't know what the mayor says.
Shane, motion to adjourn?
I second it.
Second, Michelle. Thank you, everyone.